Hello, my name is Mary,
And my name is Christine.
and we are sisters and co-hosts of the podcast Dawson Cries. Wah!
And we're together, listeners.
Listeners, we are live. Well, we're not live. We are together. We are alive. We are together. We are in the same room for the first time recording this podcast.
The first time in our lives.
It's a very exciting moment. We're glad you're here to listen. And yeah, we have a pretty exciting episode today. So, on the advice of one of our favorite listeners, Becca, we jumped the episode double date because she said that a lot of people think that the scare should actually be watched first.
And a lot of you voted and agreed with her.
Yeah. So we heeded your advice. We bucked the system. We said F you, Hulu. And something we don't usually say that. So here we are. We are ready to talk about the scare.
Dun dun dun.
One of us was a lot more scared than others.
Listeners, can you guess who?
If you follow us on
It
Twitter,
was Christine.
you can probably guess.
It was me.
One of us is a grade A 100% scaredy cat wuss. Very similar to Joey.
It's true, listeners. I screamed. The first time I watched it, I screamed 4 times. The second time I watched it, I screamed 1 time.
Oh, I didn't catch your screaming.
You remember I was afraid at, what happened? Oh, what made me scream?
I don't know.
I don't remember now, but I did scream one time.
Maybe as we're recapping, we'll find it.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh yeah, that was it.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, Christine, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, I can kick us off. So again, as we always seem to start, we're in Dawson's bedroom, cozy, comfy on the bed, with Joey, Dawson, and the little stuffed shark in between them.
I like the shark.
The shark is great. I want to get a stuffed shark for Christmas. Maybe I'll put that on my Christmas list.
Hint, hint, listeners.
Listeners, make my Christmas this year. No, I'll tell my dad, and he will be overjoyed that he has a gift to get me. So they are watching a scary movie. I kind of think it's I Know What You Did Last Summer.
No, it's Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, it could be. I just remember there being a hook, and I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I know Kevin Williamson wrote that movie, and it looked more modern than Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, but she talks about Nightmare on Elm Street. She tells the lady killer to go to Elm Street.
I know. Elm Street gets some shouts.
Listeners, tweeted us. What movie are they watching at the beginning of the scare?
Let us know, because we didn't look it up.
We didn't look it up because we trust you.
Yeah, and we have our own biases and ideas.
Yeah.
Maybe we're right.
we like to rely on other people.
Yeah, so they're watching the scary movie. Dawson is so into it. He loves it. Joey is a little bit frightened. And I kind of channel Joey in this. I feel like most of the time I channel Dawson. But this time I felt like, yeah, Joey, I'm right there with you. I get so scared of these things.
Right.
So she is like begging Dawson to turn it off. And after some back and forth, some tickle fighting, eventually he does. And, she's like, oh, thanks, blah, 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 and, like, gets distracted, doesn't see Dawson pull his mask down, doesn't see Dawson somehow, like, very stealthily slide under the bed, and then she's like, Dawson, where did you go? She sticks her head over the bed, and poof, out he shoots, and that was the first time. The first time I watched it, I screamed really loud at that moment, because I was like, all right, this is going to be a legit scary episode.
We're about 50 seconds in at this point.
It's it's real quick. And then Joey goes down on the floor and tickles Dawson again. They have like a real cute chemistry. And I'm not the only one that noticed. Some strangers noticed this episode.
Strangers?
Yeah, the stranger from the convenient mart.
Oh.
Ursula.
Yeah, I thought you meant that we watched it with.
Oh, no.
My roommate? She's not a stranger.
No.
But, like, how does Joey not see him get under the bed? Like, come on, girl. You're sitting right next to him.
She was flipping the channels, turning something else on.
That doesn't make any sense.
I feel like she did turn on the news and was like, you know what? I don't need horror because the real world is a horror show, which, yeah, Joey.
Joey knows that there's enough crime and violence and sadness in the world as it is. Dawson thinks all he can see is being a hero in a horror movie. overcoming your fear to save the day.
Or being the villain and scaring everyone shitless. Which seems to be
the villain.
Dawson's
He likes
joy.
to be in control, orchestrating things.
He does.
That's why he's a director.
I know. And it just made me think like, oh, Joey, like, this is the 90s. Just wait. Just wait
Yeah.
and see how scary the world gets.
I scream, you scream, we all scream because it's 2017.
I like that, Mary.
That's my rhyme.
Yeah, I feel ya.
And it's like Dawson has the absolute nerve to call Joey a prude.
Oh my God, I
It's
wrote
like,
that
Dawson,
down. Yeah.
eat your mask. I can't believe he said that.
I know. Yeah, Joey isn't a prude.
Dawson is,
Dawson's a prude, also a dirty doggy Dawson.
he's a dirty dog, but he's at his heart, he's a prude. I think he pretends to be a dirty dog. If he ever had the opportunity, he'd be like, I can't do it.
Oh, it's not romantic enough.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to set the stage.
There
There are
aren't
no
enough
vines.
candles.
Yeah, that's
Where are
true.
the rose petals on the bed?
But we do know Joey has had opportunities. She's a virgin by choice, after all.
That's what she says. Just like Dawson says he would do the deed if he had the op. I don't think he would.
Yeah. You think Joey would do it if she had the opportunity?
Yes.
I think she would only do it with Dawson.
only with Dawson, but she would do it.
Yeah, she wouldn't do it with Warren from the Jeep.
Do we think she would do it with Cliff?
No, she has no interest in Cliff.
What about Bob?
Bob?
Pacey's brother.
Doug?
Doug.
Bob she would never do it with Bob.
Would she do it with Dawson's dad, Mitch?
No. Mary, you're acting crazy. She wouldn't do it with any of these guys.
Would she do it with the film teacher,
Oh my God, he's gay.
Benji? Or would
Benji.
she do it?
No.
Wow, we don't know.
I think I know. Listeners know too.
Listeners,
Feel
we're
like
going to do a
This is
poll.
a dumb question.
If Joey could do it with anyone other than Dawson, who would it be? You let us know your thoughts.
I think it would be Pacey.
I don't see it there yet.
I mean, they were kind of cute when they were talking in the hallway about their love interest.
It's friendly.
It's friendly, but there's at least some connection there.
It's
Doug,
just-
he's an asshole.
Pacey's always going to be number 2.
Well, she's lusting over Dawson.
Yeah, it's always going to be Dawson first. And if I was Pacey, I would never want to date Joey because you're always going to be second string.
Yeah, unless something changes.
Yeah.
But that's how Joey must feel about Jen. She feels probably like
Nah.
second string.
They only dated for 3 months. Joey's been in love with Dawson her whole life.
Yeah.
It's different. Jen's just a crush to Dawson.
Yeah, it's true. She's being
Dawson is
lusted
end all
after.
be all to Joey.
Yeah. But let's move on because nothing really develops in
Yeah.
the relationship.
all right.
We kind of got sidetracked.
Well, Dawson's parents are out of town, just like every
Again,
other weekend.
I know.
They're
really
are
rekindling their
not
relationship,
Very
hopefully.
good parents. They don't.
That's been established.
They don't leave a sitter. No one's house sitting.
No, Dawson has turned out quite well, though, for how poor...
How little parental involvement there is in his life.
I know. This was pre-helicopter parents.
Yeah, true.
It's nice. Yeah, so his parents are out of town. He wants to have a seance.
A rager.
I really wish I had friends that had seances when I was growing up. I would have loved to go to a seance.
You don't think it's disrespectful to the dead?
I mean, it probably is, but it just looks so fun.
You never did a Ouija?
I've done Ouija, but never in like a seance, like an elaborate planned evening.
Yeah, but did Dawson even have anything planned?
He had a lot of like,
He had like an old
it was
book.
like a Home Alone. It was like a Home Alone setup. There was a fun
Yeah.
house, you know, all sorts
That
of crazy.
doesn't have to do with seance though. That's like a haunted. He created a haunted house,
Yeah, he
which
did.
we used to do with our cousins.
Yeah,
One
I want to do a seance.
One person would walk through the house and everyone else would hide somewhere and jump out.
Oh right,
Remember
we
that?
did do that.
I used to always jump out of the washing machine or from behind the coats.
Classic.
It's dangerous to hide in the washing machine,
Yeah,
kids.
I
Don't do it.
I don't remember that. That
You used to
sounds
fit
really
in there, which is
scary.
crazy. Anyway, now my laundry doesn't even fit in there. So yeah, Dawson basically gives this whole speech to Pacey saying that he doesn't actually have anything planned for Friday the 13th. He's over pretending to make life like the movies. Life is no longer going to be imitating art. He's learned from his failed relationship with Jen that modeling one's life after the movies is a failed attempt. And he's just going to live in the moment in the real world. Seconds later, Pacey opens his locker, greeted by a big scary jump scare.
That's, I think, when I screamed, maybe. No.
You screamed again at that one?
That wasn't, no.
You knew that was
it.
coming.
I did. No, it wasn't that.
I
I'll
screamed
remember.
when Pacey rolled up in his Jeep, but that was because I loved it so much.
Yes, that was amazing.
So yeah, basically Dawson is like never gonna change, even if he knows he should. He has a lot of fun in this episode.
He looks so cute every time he scares someone. Like
It's fun at other people's
Dawson.
expense, but he's having fun, and I'm happy for him. He's coping, and it might be not be the most healthy way to cope, but he's coping.
Yeah, he's doing what he loves, and it's great. So yeah, he's really cute when he's scaring everyone. Then we move into the school day, and Cliff just walks up to Jen. I guess we've been at the school day if Dawson is pranking Pacey in the locker.
Prank and pee.
Pranking P. Yeah.
That's what my note says, prank and pee.
Oh, cute. But we're in a classroom somewhere, and Cliff walks up to Jen and just like straight up asks her out. It's
He's
like, "Jen,
desperate for a D.
do you want
A date.
a date? Not big D.
Not big D.
He asks her out, just says, "Do you want to go out with me?" And Jen is like, oh, well, I didn't want to date anyone, but I guess my social life has been on pause for a while.
Since like a week ago, I declared I was celibate for life, but it's a different week, so
Yeah, why not?
new week, new me, and time to go on more dates.
Yeah, so she takes Cliff up on it. Meanwhile, Joey finds a snake in her backpack
Oof.
and gets real scared.
She throws it.
Yeah, she does.
Basically on Jen.
On
And Jen's
Jen.
like, why don't I have a snake in my backpack? She's like crazy jealous.
Yeah, Jen has a lot of jealousy this episode.
No, the tables have turned,
Yeah, because Joey's getting all the attention from Dawson.
and that's new.
Yeah, it is new for Jen, especially. And Jen is like, I wanted to be on the list. I wanted
Jen's like,
to be scared.
I want Dawson to ruin my life. Drat.
Yeah. So, Cliff says something about like, they start talking about Dawson for some reason. I think it's because of the snake. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is Dawson. Like, this is just him.
Yeah.
And
Well, she says, I'm not going to date anymore. And he says, that's because the boy you used to date was boring.
oh, that's right.
And Jen's like, say what?
Yeah, she's like, he's the most original, imaginative guy I've ever met.
Which, like, weren't the only dates they ever went on watching movies in his room? That's not original or imaginative.
They did go up to the ruins, which was kind of magical, to film.
Yeah, it was sort of Pacey and
Yeah.
TT. And so,
But it was Dawson's idea.
Yeah, and I guess he put her in some movies.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's really it. Like, they didn't really do dates. They just kind of hung out.
And Cliff made the Helmets of Glory.
True. She was in his movie, too. So I don't really
She
know
was.
what she's talking about.
But Cliff, it's established this episode is just really bland, no ideas, no
He's a
originality.
big dumb
ever.
jock. He's hot, but that's
He has
pretty much all he has going
nothing
for
in
him.
his head at all.
Every time he opens his mouth, he gets less attractive.
Yeah, he says, I have humor.
It's like,
in one
ooh,
moment.
not if you have to say it.
Yeah, Jen's like, I know you do.
It's a little rough.
Yeah. But she does agree to go out with him.
Yeah. And then I'm wondering, like, why does Dawson want to throw a seance? Like, who is he summoning? You know? Like, I'm just wondering, like, where he got this idea. And then they're, like, talking about their plans for the evening in the cafeteria. And Jen sits down with them. And this, to me, felt, like, really odd. Like, why is Jen still eating lunch with Dawson, Joey, and Pacey? Like, she and Dawson just broke up. Joey and her have never been close. Even though they've had nice moments, they're not friends. And she and Pacey have maybe exchanged 5 words to each other. So I'm like, doesn't she have any other friends? Like, these people aren't friends. Why is she sitting with them?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like she has any other friends. I mean, in that detention episode, it sounded like she felt like a huge outcast and no one really
Right.
accepted her. So she
Still,
might
like-
just not know who else to sit with.
You don't sit with the guy you just broke up with at lunch.
It's true. I mean, it sounds like they want to remain friends. And maybe she's like trying to do
Yeah.
that as much as possible, but it would be really hard. It would be very awkward.
It's very awkward. I think it would have been more realistic if they had a scene with her, like, eating alone. And Dawson's like, I don't want you to be alone. Like, even though we broke up, we should still.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still here for you as a friend.
I could see
it just
Dawson
felt,
do that. Yeah.
just didn't feel totally like it made sense to me.
Right.
But anyway, like Dawson's slipping a little bloody finger into Pacey's French fries. Pacey takes the bait, bites down hard. Then he slips that right into Joey's plate, and I'm like, this is how mono gets passed around. But they're all having fun with each other, and again, Jen is green with envy.
Yeah, she's like, why didn't anyone put a gross dead finger in my French fries?
Why don't I get third-hand spit?
Yeah, and then they have like her and Dawson have like, should I be upset? Should I be upset that you're not upset? They have do like a lot of back and forth, and it's
so awkward,
kind of painful.
And it's like there's no romantic chemistry between Dawson and Jen, and there's also no friendship chemistry between them.
The whole thing is like cringeworthy.
So
It's just like,
awkward. It just
ooh.
makes me wonder like how the seasons are going to progress with their friendship, because I don't see this friendship lasting for 6 seasons.
I think if they just both seem so nervous,
Yeah.
and if the nervousness goes away, and they could just be like,
or if
more
Joey
natural.
develops a real friendship with one of the other two in the group, but that hasn't happened.
her and Pacey seem like they're good friends.
Pacey and Jen?
Oh, Joey, I'm sorry. I thought you said Joey.
No, I'm talking about Jen.
No, Jen just seems kind of. She tries with Joey, but it doesn't
Yeah,
happen.
I just don't see how this friendship foursome is going to live for 6 seasons.
Yeah, we'll have to see some development.
Yeah.
And yeah, always look at your food before eating it.
Yes.
Like, who doesn't look at their food
Look
first?
at your plate. If it feels like rubber, don't bite it.
Totally true.
Then we've got Big Cliff going up to Dirty Doggy Dawson, asking him for some good advice for date ideas for Jen. Like, how dumb is Cliff? Is he trying to hurt Dawson's feelings and rub it in Dawson's face, or is he that stupid?
Cliff seems real dense and like crazy. Just like doesn't have any good ideas, and it's just
It is a crazy thing to do.
it's so crazy. And Dawson's even like, I don't want to get involved in this.
Yeah. Why would you?
Yeah, and I'm like, good, Dawson, don't.
Which makes me think Cliff's just being mean, because he calls Dawson names. He's like, Dawson's boring. Dawson's lame.
Yeah, a loser.
Yeah, and it's like,
Says all these things.
It just makes me feel like then he's just rubbing it in his face.
Yeah, I don't like Cliff. It's stupid.
Just like immediately after Cliff talks to Dawson, and Dawson says he'll try to come up with some good ideas, Jen opens her lockers and finds a big bloody note that says, "You are going to die tonight."
Yeah.
What would you do if you got a note like that in your locker? Go straight to the principal?
Oh God, I don't know.
Call the po-po?
I would be very scared. I'd call my mom probably. That's probably the first thing I'd do.
Mom would be like, just throw it in the trash.
Yeah, our mom probably would be like, "Don't worry about that."
She would not be. She would not be scared.
If I called Dad, he would bust down the doors of the school.
Maybe.
You know he would.
I don't know.
He'd drag us home.
I feel like there were like crazy things that happened in school, and both Mom and Dad were just like, go to school.
No one ever gave me a life-threatening note, but
Yeah, I guess.
That would be scary.
I'll tell you some stories off the
oh
Off the
dear,
air.
Mary, you keep telling me off air
off
stories.
the record stories about high school. So anyway, she gets this nutso note. She's really scared. She assumes it's Dawson. And then she goes home and she gets this crazy phone call where this guy is like asking her all these creepy questions. He's breathing in a real breathy voice. And Jen, the whole time, every word out of her mouth is, "This is Dawson. I know it's Dawson." And this guy on the phone says, "This Dawson sounds like a real loser." And she thinks it's Dawson, but then she defends Dawson. And she's like, "He's not a loser. He's a little out there, but in a good way." And it's like, Jen, either you think it's Dawson and you're mad at him, or you don't think it's Dawson and you want to defend him. But like, both don't make sense in this moment.
I think she's like hoping to God it's Dawson.
Yeah.
And she's terrified it's not. Because if she
Yeah.
does, she picks up that huge knife.
I was so afraid she was going to like stab her grandpa in the coma. Like, what if her grandpa woke up from the coma during this phone call, was walking down the hallway, and she
Oh my
friggin'
God.
stabbed him to death?
Oh my God.
That'd
It
be
could have happened.
crazy.
I know it's dangerous. She was really
she
scared.
almost sliced up Grams when Grams came around the corner. That was nuts.
She did.
That was
yeah.
another scream when she's looking under the bed and Gramps' hand falls. Christine went, "What?"
Oh, was that the time I screamed in this episode?
During this episode.
No, I
but
expected it this one.
You definitely did it.
I did it the first
time.
viewing. Oh, for sure.
I mean, it was a scary moment, so it makes sense. But
Yeah. Yeah, that was a real freaky scene.
and Graham's coming around the corner like, "Jennifer, who's on the phone?"
Yeah. Yeah, that was intense.
It was scary.
I felt bad for Jen. I was like, no one deserves this.
No.
I was like, this could be the lady killer.
I thought it was.
P.S. listeners, if we haven't gone over it and if you don't remember, the lady killer is real serial killer
Yeah,
in
I
this
don't think
world.
we've even
I don't think
mentioned
we've
it.
mentioned it.
I knew that was gonna
That's what
happen.
Joey sees on the news.
Yeah.
And she's like, this is why I'm justified in not having to watch horror because real life is so scary.
Truth.
And the lady killer stalks his victims, sends them notes, calls them on the phone, everything that's happened to Jen, and then will cut out the victim's heart. Brutal.
Truth.
It's brutal. And that's not even on the news. Pacey knows because his dad is the sheriff and his brother's a cop. So he has
Yeah.
the inside scoop.
And Pacey's like, you don't think this kind of thing could ever happen, but then it always does. And it's like, does it always happen, Pacey? Does it always happen?
That was a funny quote.
Pacey, you crazed.
It always happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, like, it's nighttime, and it's time to do the seance. Pacey rolls up in his big bad Jeep. He's like looking
But
cool.
first, Dawson tries to hide that baby.
Oh, Dawson tries to hide a baby with a noose around his neck. Listeners, this was so weird. So Christina and I watched this episode together. And for some reason, the episode, like someone else who has my Hulu password was watching it and like had stopped it right on that scene. So we thought the first scene of the episode was Dawson with a baby with a noose around its neck. And we were like, what is
What is
happening?
going on?
I'm glad it didn't start that way because it was a little bit much.
It was insane.
It was a weird image.
Yeah, but then, Joey rolls up and Dawson tosses it to try to
Yeah.
hide it.
Yeah.
And Joey's like, too late, I already saw it. And Dawson tries to play cool. And they are so cute again. Like, they have so much good chemistry. That scene, they look really cute together.
They're doing a lot of chem.
I know. It's a lot of tickling and stuff.
So much tickling.
My voice just cracked,
it's
listeners.
ridiculous. You're going through... It's because your raging hormones for Dawson
Oh, I
are
know.
kicking in.
It's true. Oops.
But
But yeah, menace on the road, Pacey.
Menace on the road. Let me hear you say yeah.
Listeners.
Yeah. Pacey got the Jeep. Let me hear you say yeah. Yeah. Pacey
Let me hear you
was-
say, oh, yeah.
Pacey was cracking us up.
Pacey
This
was
is
amazing.
my favorite Pacey episode. This is the episode that's made me be like Team Pacey because he was so funny.
Yeah, the whole Jeep stuff was great. And we
Yeah.
used to own a Jeep, so.
We did used to own a Jeep, and we would ride around in it screaming, let me hear you say yeah.
We were called menaces on the road.
Yeah. Pacey in my Jeep is my favorite Pacey.
Aw, yeah.
He's like, I don't have the keys to this car. And Joey's like, yeah, it's because you stole it. And he's like, it's not stealing from family. It's like, Pacey, you bad, man.
Yeah, and you know your family, they don't play. They'll pull a gun on you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my
Don't
God.
don't want to steal from Doug.
Too true. Don't steal from Doug.
Yeah, jeez.
Cut off your hand.
Yeah, but then they make fun of Pacey. Oh, Dawson's like, oh, you're the worst driver ever. Pacey says, I'm not hearing that.
I'm not hearing that, man. It's like, oh, that's what I'm going to say.
That was so good.
Someone
And he-
tries to insult me this week. I'm not hearing that.
Yeah.
I give myself a dare.
that could be your dare, yeah.
I'll probably have to say it at Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Yeah,
Not hearing
I'm
that.
sure. We'll have to bust that out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he doesn't have his keys, so he can't really turn the car off,
Mm-hmm.
which is weird. It seems risky, especially with the clientele at that, convenience
Yeah,
store.
with the lady killer in the neighborhood.
And the lady killer. Yeah, Joey's waiting in the car, so I guess they're not going to steal it. But she does have a close encounter with a creepy stranger.
With a neighborhood freak.
And she really is dumb. Like, tells him her name.
What would you do?
I don't think I'd give him my name.
When I was in grade school, my friend and I sold rocks that we spray painted gold to the people in the neighborhood. And this one creepy old guy was like, what's your name? My friend like made up a name. And he's like, what's your last name? And my friend goes, I don't have a last name. Smooth. And then he's like, where do you live? And she's like, we don't live anywhere. Just make it like, it was so funny. I don't have a last name. Crazy, isn't it?
Well, it's good she's
like,
smart.
Cher. It was hilarious.
Oh, my God.
But yeah, creepy. But, if you are young enough and look cute enough, you can sell rocks that you stole from someone else's backyard and painted gold for $5 a pop. So that's a little business tip from Mary.
All right,
For all you
listeners.
aspiring entrepreneurs.
Get on it. Just
on
don't
it.
tell anyone your name.
Don't tell anyone your last name. Don't tell them where you live. And milk them for all they're worth. So Dawson and Pacey are rocking up into the the convenience store.
Mm-hmm.
And they see this crazy couple getting in a huge domestic spat. The man is clearly abusive. Seems like he's about to go off the rails and get violent.
Yeah.
Pacey's like, should we step in? And Dawson's like, no way. It's like, Dawson, you are what's wrong with the world. You don't want to engage. You're just going to let people hurt each other because you don't want to be inconvenienced. What do you think? You're looking at me like I'm wrong.
Oh, no, I was just thinking. I was like, yeah, Dawson doesn't want to engage.
No.
But
It's going to get...
I feel like they do get wrapped up in it anyway, and then nothing really changes.
They do get wrapped up in it, but they don't try to really help her.
Pacey tries to sleep with her.
Yeah, Pacey tries to get in there.
Yeah, Pacey just sees an
Dawson
opportunity
just
to get
uses
another.
it as another chance to talk about his girl drama. Pacey uses it to get a free bottle of wine. The
And to
woman's
get
like,
in her pants.
let me buy you a bottle. Let me score you a bottle of wine. Screams it.
Yeah, they flash over to the
guy that
cashier.
works there is apparently deaf. He's like doesn't even look up from whatever doodling he's doing. She totally steals it and says very loudly that she's stealing it.
Yeah, I'm surprised they got away with that.
Me
Really
too.
surprised. I was like, okay, this is clearly not going to work
Crazed.
out.
Yeah.
They get off scot-free.
You'd think that the cashier would be watching her too after she was screaming in the store
Yeah,
and
I
fighting with her
know.
boyfriend.
I know. Maybe he's just like, I just want them out.
Maybe.
Yeah, and she looks super 90s. Like, she has, like, the frosty eyeshadow.
Oh yeah, like purple.
Yeah, the crushed velvet top and the fringy jacket. Both of those
Totally.
things I think are coming back in style, which is
She's
weird.
got like the curly hair that looks wet still.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's got so much gel in it, it looks wet.
It looks wet. Yeah, she's a little crazy looking.
yeah.
And she's a little crazy, so it fits.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Joey's talking to the serial killer while this is going on.
Christine, we don't know that yet.
Oops.
She's talking to a creepy
Well,
man.
she's talking to the creep, yeah. And his name's like David or something. And he's like, oh, I was trying to go to Providence.
Don't trust anyone from Providence.
Everyone tries to go to Providence in the show.
Everyone.
I
It's
mean-
all nothing good happens in Providence.
No, I mean, Dawson went to the strip club / not strip club,
It was just a
not
bar.
whorehouse, just the bar. almost sleeps with the film lady.
He gets she wants it. He turns it down.
Yeah, he's a good doggy.
Yeah.
But he does have to take Elm Street to get where
Mhm.
he's going.
It's true.
So another call out to Elm Street.
So like Dawson walks out and sees this guy creeping on Joey.
Mm.
He's like, "Can I help you, buddy?" And the guy's like, "No, man, I'm cool." It's like, "Okay, you don't need directions anymore. Whatever, goodbye."
I know.
He bounces. Dawson straight jumps into a lecture for Joey. Didn't your mama ever tell you not to talk to strangers? And Joey's like, "Bite me, Dawson. Don't
It's
give
like,
me a
my mom
lecture."
died. She
Yeah,
didn't
my
get to
mom.
tell
Yeah,
me.
she should have jumped. I wish she jumped
just
back into
thought
that.
of that, yeah.
Dawson, did you forget? My mother's dead. How dare you bring this up? I wish she said that.
Kind of crazy. Yeah. But it's true.
It's true. And then Dawson jumps into like, he's got the stats right. He's like, serial killers are typically white males in their 20s. Kind of like Dawson's about to be a
Oh.
couple years from now.
Uh-oh.
And then I
Dawson.
love this line from Dawson. It's the 90s. You got to be careful.
I know. I love that
Dawson.
too.
Oh, how little you know. These are the glory years.
I know. The 90s seem like so rosy.
You're
to me
living in
now.
an eternal bliss.
Just wait.
Just you wait, dirty doggy D.
Just wait, D.
Just wait,
you
D.
wait. Yeah. But Pacey coerces the weirdo from the convenience store to come with him to Dawson's for the seance.
Ridiculous.
It's like, hey, my buddy's having a seance. I'd be like, I'm in. As you know, I want to go to one.
You go with a bunch of little kids.
And the guy she's with, the abusive guy, just kind of like storms off. She calls him a puke. There's so many puke insults.
Have you ever in your life called anyone a puke when you were
No.
actually angry? Never in
no,
my
I'd feel
life.
stupid.
It's
I'd
like
be
it's written by a 2-year-old. You're a puke. It's like
it's a funny insult,
doesn't make any
but
sense.
they say it so much.
It really doesn't.
Maybe
make
it was
any
more
sense.
popular back then. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I know. So they're on their way back to the seance. Jen is also on her way on a date. She doesn't know yet
With
where
Big
she's
C.
going, but yeah, Big C. I call him Clueless Cliff.
Clueless Cliff.
Because he's really dumb. He's like, oh, I'm taking you on a surprise date. You don't know where we're going, but it'll be so original. And
Oh,
Jen's
no.
like, where are we going? Should I get my coat because I'm cold? And
Cliff's like, stay cold.
Cliff's like,
It's part of the experience.
oh
of
my
this
God, yeah. He's
terrible
like, I want to
date.
make you as uncomfortable as possible. He's like, no, we're actually just going a few feet away. We're going to Dawson's. He's having a seance. How cool is that?
The
And
worst.
she's like, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, like who would ever think that's a good idea to bring your girl to her ex-boo's seance?
It's
And it's like,
crazy.
it's not even like they've been broken up that long. They've been broken up for what, an episode?
I know.
2 episodes? It's ridiculous.
It's really new. It's really new. It's really crazy. And like, yeah, it's a stupid idea. And it's Dawson, but it's Dawson's idea.
Because Cliff is dumb
Cliff
enough
is
to bite.
really unoriginal and very predictable.
Ugh.
But Grams
Oh my God,
is
Grams makes me
basically,
sick
like,
in this episode.
pouring out Jen. Doesn't our little Jennifer look beautiful?
Doesn't my Jennifer look like good stock?
It's so gross.
Grams, go to hell. She's talking all about, she's such a hypocrite.
That Clifford
She's
Elliott.
like hoping to God that she's saying a little prayer on her rosary that Jen gets knocked up by Cliff tonight.
Ooh, she basically instigates it. She's like, have all the time on the porch you need.
It's nasty. It makes me mad. I'm like, Grams,
That Grams is still
you're a
garbage.
hypocrite.
We're
She's
waiting.
trash.
We're waiting for her to
I
get better.
don't like her at all.
She's still garbage.
Jennifer! I'm trash too. Anyway, we get to the seance.
Yes.
And Ursula she's taking over the big old book and she's reading some spells out.
Ursula's the
And Cliff
convenience
is like,
store lady.
so are you like a spirit goddess?
That was a funny
It's like
ass
Cliff.
line. Oh my God.
Shut your mouth.
I laughed at that.
And she's like, I have a couple sister spirits that occupy my body from time to time occasionally. And I'm like, okay, Ursula, what did you take? More than just a glass of Cabernet Sauvignon.
She looks like kind of like she'd do meth.
Zing!
That's what I think.
She looks kind of like she'd do meth.
That's the vibe I get from her.
That's Christine's hot take on
hottest.
Ursula. I forgot her name for a moment.
Tweet me if you agree.
If you disagree, keep it to yourself.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't want to hear it.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, but then after Ursula does her thing that makes
Mm-hmm.
Cliff ask that, Pacey does a sweet arm motion. And
Pacey
goes,
starts
"Ooh,
channeling.
ah."
Woo.
Yeah. He looks like one of those things you see at the car dealer. The
Yeah,
arms
blow up
flail
inflatable.
up in the air. It's awesome.
Pacey's just having a really good time this episode.
Pacey's fun. Yeah, I would invite Pacey to the seance.
I feel like, what's his name? James Jackson? Jesse Jackson?
Yeah, Joshua Jackson.
Joshua Jackson.
Jesse Jackson.
He was just like, I don't really have a storyline this episode, so I'm just going to act crazy. Like,
I mean, you say yeah.
I'm here to say, yeah, oh yeah. I feel like he's just like, I have 2 lines and I'm gonna make the most of them. And he does.
He capitalized.
Yeah. So cuckoo crazy Ursula is like makes up this whole crazy story about how maybe she's a killer too, and that you shouldn't take people home. You shouldn't trust strangers. You shouldn't bring strangers home because they might just be ill in the head. They might pull a knife out of their bag, slice their throat open, and watch the blood pour out. And it's
See
like,
how far it spurts.
yeah, kids, don't take home old ladies that are clearly
Buy you wine if
unstable.
you're underage.
Steal you one.
And fight with your
Fight
boo.
tooth and nail.
Violently.
I mean, this whole episode, I thought that Eddie and Ursula were a serial killing couple.
That would have been a good twist. I would have liked that.
I mean, that's what I
yeah.
truly thought because, yeah, it just seemed like they were nuts and
They were
unstable,
nuts. They were nuts.
and that they liked violence. They got
do.
off on being violent and hurting each other and
Yeah.
other people potentially.
I kind of figured, though, when we first saw that creepy guy by the door, I was like, that's a serial killer. Because that is the type Dawson knows. He's like the quiet, creepy, stocky type.
Yeah, it just seemed a little too obvious to me, but I guess this is Dawson's Creek.
It seemed obvious. The couple, they did seem violent, but they also seemed dumb and like too. They would have gotten arrested by now. They just didn't seem with it enough to cut out hard.
Yeah, but they also seemed like so erratic that like they would just drop like they would just do it randomly and then run.
Yeah, but I
Like,
feel
they
they would
seemed like
leave
a
lot
couple
of
on the run.
clues, like leave a lot of mess.
But I feel like
behind.
if you're just killing random people,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get into the
Yeah.
logics of serial killers, but
true.
they did. I'm sure maybe they'll commit a crime in the future. Who knows?
Yeah, it seemed that way. She said he'd gone to jail.
Yeah, he did. He smashed the guy's
battery.
head into
So,
the wall.
yeah, he's already
already
doing
been
it.
arrested. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not that fly.
She says he's a monster, but he's my monster.
That's
And then she looks at Dawson and she says, love's a really complicated bitch. And I was like, girl, you don't know the half. Dawson knows. Dawson's like, preach.
Yeah, Dawson's right there with her.
Dawson's like, oh, I got stories for you.
Yeah. But she does at that moment kind of call out, like, oh, I have like a sixth sense. I forget how she phrases it.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I could sense like you and your girl,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna get back together. She wants you.
You've been scared all night.
You were scaring her all night. He's like, what, Jen? I haven't scared Jen at all.
Mm.
She's like, no, the feisty brunette, the cute brunette that's feisty.
Mm.
It's like, Joey, no, we just have a very deep, intense friendship.
She's like my sister that I sleep with every night.
Yeah.
And tickle incessantly.
Clueless Dawson.
And kiss when she's drunk. It's like, okay,
Like
Dawson. And she confessed her undying love for me in the library and started crying, but like none of that's important. We're just buddies.
Friends.
We're just straight buds.
Yeah. She's like, well, you're with the wrong girl. Which
True. She says that's your problem. You're dating the wrong girl.
That's
which,
true.
yeah, it is.
It is. It is.
Jen blows a gasket because she can't believe that no one's tried to scare her yet. And it's like ridiculous. So first of all, she conducts a plan to scare Dawson. Jen orchestrates a plan where Joey hides in the closet. She covered all up in blood. Dawson gets all worked up, scared. Where's Joey? She's looking for you. You let her go out there alone. Then he hears a noise in the closet, opens the closet. Out comes a dead Joey. He's so upset.
Mm-hmm.
Someone with a knife is right behind him. It's Jen. She's out for blood. She's like,
That might have been when I screamed.
she's like, now we got bad blood, and it used to be mad love.
Oh. Listeners, there's a
Listeners,
song.
there's a song. I didn't even plan it. It just came out. And he's so mad. He's like, this is so lame. This is so friggin' lame. This is the lamest lame sauce, lamey prank I've ever seen with my lame old eyes. And I've seen some lame ass shit. Dawson is upset. He's upset. And he's like, all I did was throw out some rubber snakes, some babies in a noose, and some corpses in the closet, okay?
I cut the power.
And I cut the power and I shut off the phone lines. That's all I did. I didn't do anything else. And
I didn't send Jen any creepy messages.
And Jen's like, yeah, like you were calling me all day, freaky stuff. And he's like, I didn't do that. Then he does a hair flip and he runs up to his bedroom.
It's his classic move.
Classic D.
Storm off.
Diva. D for diva. Classic
Oh,
diva D.
Dawson.
And he runs up
I
the
love
stairs.
it. I love that.
And Jen's like, you did. And he's like, I didn't, Jen. I don't know what to tell you. And then she's like, well, then who did? And he's like, maybe the lady killer. And instead of being like, we should call the police and trace those calls, she's like, but why didn't you try to scare me? She's like, I understand that there's a serial killer after me, but what I really care about is this failed relationship with someone I don't even like. And it's like, Jen, someone's trying to murder you. What is wrong with you?
I know, I'd be really freaked out. I'd be
like, this is not what you should be focused on, is D. You should be focused on
your life.
Your life.
Saving it.
It's madness.
That's so true. Yeah, I'm like, get your priorities in
And then they kiss.
I know.
And I'm like, what are you kissing them for?
Yeah, and Jen really frustrated me. It's like, you want to be back on the list, but you interrupt the kiss, but you say, like, please keep me on the list. Like,
She's
you
one of those
can't
girls,
have
like,
it
she
both
just wants
ways.
all the attention.
She wants it all.
She doesn't want anything to change.
Yeah.
She still wants him to adore her.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not allowed to like anyone else. But she gets to date whoever she wants and do anything she wants.
Yeah.
It's I don't care for Jen.
Everything. It's annoying.
I don't care for her.
I don't care for Jen.
I don't care for Jen. Yeah, she's like, don't cross me off my list. And it's like, how the heck is Dawson ever supposed to get over Jen? If he has to keep fawning over her.
I know. It's like you have to be either all the way on or all the way off the list. You can't be like, I'm on it, but
yeah, it's ridiculous.
I don't want to be all the way on
She
it.
needs, for Dawson's sake and her own, she needs to back off.
Yeah.
It's getting ridiculous.
And Dawson needs to go after Joey.
Yeah, he should.
Yeah.
But he needs to take some time because he can't rebound on Joey. He can't do that to her. He also can't, Dawson also can't date Joey unless he's 100% positive because Otherwise,
too
their friendship will be
invested.
ruined, and she'll be devastated because she loves him with a capital L.
Yeah, there's a lot at stake
There's a
there.
lot at stake. Meanwhile, Eddie is in town. Somehow he's tracked him down. I don't know if he found the license plate.
Oh,
I don't
Eddie.
know what he did, but he found him.
He found them. Yeah.
He's in the hood, and he's
He's
banging down the
Creeping outside
door.
in the bushes.
Ursula's like, Pacey's my new man. Get him, Pacey. Get him. Like he's a dog. I'm
Pacey's
like,
bragging.
oh.
I've been with an older woman
Oh,
before.
Pacey, keep your trap shut.
He kind of brought it on himself. He's like, wait, no, I didn't sign up for this.
It's crazy.
Like, Pacey, I think you did, but
Pacey, I think you're a little cuckoo crazy.
yeah, a little crazy. But yeah, Eddie is beating his way in.
He breaks the door. He breaks the window. There's all this calamity.
Yeah, they're like running around.
They think he's going to climb up the scale of the house and come in through the window.
like Spider-Man. Yeah.
It's nuts. It's
They're
like,
like, oh, he came up the ladder.
yeah,
but he
it's
didn't
like
really.
Joey.
Just like Joey.
Very
Yeah.
scary.
Super intense. I know.
Ridiculous.
Oh yeah, like you said, he breaks the
breaks the
window on the
window.
door and opens it.
Yeah, and now Dawson's parents are going to come back to a broken window.
Yeah. But we have to say how awesome Joey was with the frying pan.
Oh my God. So
She
yeah,
wrecked him.
Joey
Dropped him
sees
like it's
Eddie
hot.
being violent. She comes up behind him with a frying pan. She's fighting. She's like hitting him over the
She's
head with it
wailing
over
on
and
him.
over and over again. She take no mercy. She's about to kill him. She's about to kill him. She's like, self-defense, Miller. She's like, I got you. Like she's like,
She's out for blood.
she can't wait.
Yeah.
And Eddie's on the floor, and Ursula's like, will you cut it out? Like, that's my man. Like, it's crazy.
I know. They're
I'm
back
not
on their
making sense right
crazy-
now, so you should recap it, but it's intense. If you haven't seen it, listeners, see it. It's the moment.
Yeah, it's insane. I was like excited to see Joey be the one.
Me
save the
too, because
day.
I was like, yeah, Joey's the hero, and this guy Eddie is clearly like, I don't know, maybe a week away from being a violent serial killer. Just
Yeah,
he fits the
yeah.
profile.
He's so violent.
He's a domestic abuser. He gets in fights with strangers. He could be a serial killer any day, and she takes him out.
Yeah, she does. She does. And then Ursula falls back in love with him, and
Yeah.
they go off into the night.
They have
like
a very
romantic
toxic
couple.
relationship.
They do. It's her monster, and it's like, you're
Yeah.
nuts. So, I don't know. Figure it out, but get out
Yeah.
of Dawson's house. And they do. They walk away or stumble off or something. And then, everyone kind of goes home, and Cliff is walking Jen home, and they're talking about the note and everything, and the phone call.
Mm-hmm.
And, it kind of comes to light that Dawson, clearly it wasn't him.
Yeah.
But then Jen is like, well, I just wanted to get scared or something. But Cliff was like, well, Dawson told me you really like to get scared.
Mm-hmm.
And Jen was like, no, I don't like anything like less than that. I hate getting scared.
Yeah.
And Cliff was like, oh, well, that's not what Dawson told me. And then she's like, did you leave those notes? Did you call?
I knew it was Cliff from the get because
I
his
thought
voice. It
so,
was his
too.
voice.
Yeah,
He
it
didn't
just-
disguise his voice too well. He said, Dawson sounds like a real loser.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
I know. I was a little worried it could have been the lady killer, but then I was like, it's probably Cliff.
Yeah. But I was like, even if it's a lady killer, it's still the actor playing Cliff doing the voice. And that's not a cool thing to do if you're the casting director.
Oh, yeah, and it's not a cool thing for Cliff to do to Jen.
No,
And
it's
then he's
not.
like, oh, I thought it would be all original. That was my idea, just mine.
Just mine.
And she's like, yeah, I think I don't want a boyfriend right now.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
is really
Seriously.
funny. It's like, yeah, I
It's
don't
like, I
think I
think I
would.
just want to be single.
I wouldn't want to date someone like that.
No, it's
either.
ridiculous.
It's real creepy. Yeah, she's like, and even if I was ready for a boyfriend, I wouldn't want you to be a Dawson knockoff. I want you to just be yourself.
Yeah, and Cliff's like, but I don't have a personality.
Yeah, Cliff's like, but.
And then he's like, can I kiss you? And it's like, where were you for the past 5 minutes? She doesn't even answer. He swoops in, forces a kiss on her. Grams comes out and is like, I love this. And it's like, Grams, go away. Cliff, go away. High school boys, stop.
High school boys, stop.
And
We
it's
have to say
like
it every episode.
So frustrating.
I know. Yeah, Grams is like, please keep kissing.
Grams is
Clifford."
like, oh, if you want, I can make up the guest bedroom for you to consummate this date.
Oh my god.
Like, Grams, you need to go to bed.
It's so bad. It's so gross. Yeah, so Jen is like, good night, Cliff. I'm leaving now.
Mm-hmm.
Pacey tries to drive home and he's like, with his flashlight checking the car, being like, is there any ghost out here? Am I going to be safe? So he, I guess he finds his keys and he drives off.
Yeah, I don't know where he got those keys from because he's claiming he didn't have them before. But
I know, that's a little plot hole.
yeah, Kevin Williamson, we're watching you.
Yeah, we found that inconsistency.
Mhm.
I'm not going to be too hard on you, though, because it seems like a tough job.
Yeah.
But yeah, Joey doesn't go home. Joey stays with Dawson.
She brought you your clothes. She's in her pajamas.
It looks like that might be Dawson's clothes, I
Oh,
thought.
so cute.
Aw, I don't know. They look
They're
cute.
such a couple.
They're really a couple. Yeah.
He's like, so are you going to stay the night? And she's like, yeah.
Well, before they have their really big heart-to-heart talk.
Yeah, they have a real, oh yeah, I didn't know what happened first. So they have this really big heart-to-heart. She's like talking about the prank, and he's like, oh, I hated that prank. And she's like, well, I thought maybe for a second you'd be sad if I died. And it's like, he's like, crazy? Like, what? And
Don't
she's
be
like,
ridiculous.
and she's like, oh yeah, I guess like you wouldn't give a crap if I died. And it's like, Joey, what are you? That's nuts. And he's like, I would be inconsolable, which I thought was so sweet.
I know. I wrote a little broken heart emoji on my paper. And I was like, just get married already.
Oh,
So sweet.
And then it's sweet, like how vulnerable Dawson gets, and he's like, what about me? Would you shed any tears if I died? And Joey just looks like, I shed tears over you every day.
Yeah, she just nods at
Joey's
him.
like, I cry in my sleep thinking about our unrequited love.
I know. But I love that she doesn't, like, get all sappy with him. Like, that's her character. Like, she has
Yeah.
that tough exterior.
Yeah.
So she'll just nod.
True.
But yeah, they're really cute. They're both kind of like, oh, I
Yeah.
don't want you to die.
And then
yeah, then she agrees to sleep over, which
Mhm.
it doesn't seem like she does all that much anymore. So
Yeah.
it's kind of special.
Right.
And she's like, as long as there's no more pranks,
Mm-hmm.
pulls the covers back, all those fake
All
bugs.
those bugs.
The
Christine,
first
you would be
viewing-
you would run out of
Mary,
the room.
I would have jumped out the window. The first viewing, I did scream there.
Yeah.
Listeners, I hate bugs.
She hates
I
them.
can't stand the sight of
Joey
them.
didn't even flinch.
No.
But that to me was like Dawson knew. He knew Jen and Joey were coming over, and he hoped that Joey would sleep over,
Yeah.
even though his parents were out of town. I mean, that's saying a lot,
Yeah, that's true.
you know?
I mean, Dawson seems to be less into Jen, more into Joey. Or
Yeah.
at least accepting, like, that Jen isn't going to work out.
Right.
So that was really sweet. But then they turn on the news.
Turn on the boob
And
tube.
They see the man from the convenience store was, in fact, the lady killer.
Dun dun dun. And he was
So-
trying to kill Joey. That
was.
upset me.
It was scary.
It was very scary. She was so close to getting knifed.
Yeah. Oof.
Awful.
Listeners, don't turn on the news if you want to reject reality.
If you want, yeah.
Don't do it.
It's a good button for the episode. If you're trying to reject reality, don't turn on the news.
Yeah.
But if you want to like be aware if there's a serial killer in your town and you want to be prepared to not talk to strangers, then
Yeah,
watch
Joey
the
could
news.
have like put that together before she talked to him.
Well, what are you gonna do? Just not talk to people? That's the other thing.
Wow.
I mean, she wasn't gonna get out of the car. I don't think.
I hope not.
We don't know. Luckily,
We don't know.
we-
Dawson
luckily
intervened.
we didn't have to find out.
Dawson
Yeah,
was the
Dawson
hero
intervened
there.
in that, but she saved herself from Eddie, and she
did.
saved everyone
She
else.
saved everyone from Eddie.
So she's the hero.
Yeah. They're two heroes meant for each other, listeners.
Oh my god.
That's so nice.
So that concludes the scare. It was a very fun episode. I really enjoyed it.
I loved it. I thought it was great. It was really scary too. I thought
It was fun. Next
terrifying.
week we're gonna be watching Double Date, but I'm really excited to watch the beauty pageant.
Ooh, me too.
I can't wait for that one.
That sounds like a
It
fun
just
one.
the synopsis on Hulu looks like so much fun. So I guess that brings us to our dares. Christine, I gotta be honest, I don't even remember what my dare was. I don't even recall.
Mary, I'm the same. I'm
Oh,
so bad,
we're
and I don't.
losers.
Since we're together, I
Listeners
don't.
are
I don't have my
losers.
notebook, so I can't even look it up.
I had a very busy week, listeners. I did a show, and I didn't even get to re-listen to the pod. I was so
Oh,
busy.
yeah.
So I guess that's -1 for both of us.
Yeah, we really.
We don't even know what our dares
It's
were.
not bad.
We're in another world.
Listeners, you guys are winning. Becca, I
Listeners,
think you're
Becca's
winning
in the lead.
contest.
She's not even in the competition.
I did say this is not Times Square a few times this week.
You did, but
though.
that doesn't count.
I know, but I remember that one.
Well, yeah, it's an easy one. She said it in Times Square.
I did.
which was funny.
I thought that was funny.
Okay, Christine, for you, I've got some dares here.
Oh, baby. I hope I say them.
I want you to say. Okay, one thing you could say is, let me hear you say, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Or I want you to say, oh, something you could say tomorrow. You borrow from family, you never steal.
Ooh. That's
Tomorrow's
a good
Thanksgiving,
one.
listeners.
It is. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. We're
listeners.
thankful for you.
You'll
could
hear
also,
this on Black Friday, but
You will.
I hope your shopping goes really well.
You could also say it's the 90s. You got to be careful.
Ooh. You borrow from family, you never steal?
Yep.
Is that it? Okay.
Or you could say, so are you like a spirit goddess? So you have a lot of options.
Wait, let me put stars because I wrote all these down. Are you like a spirit goddess?
So are you like a spirit goddess?
And it's the 90s. You got to be careful.
You borrow from family, you never steal. Or let me hear you say yeah.
Let me hear you say yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you don't get a point for that one because that was so easy.
Oh my god. Yeah. I can
Well,
see
what
that.
about me? I gave you all the good lines. What are mine?
Well, I want you to. This is going to give you some
Uh-oh.
fun ones. You could first of all say, "Life's a really complicated bitch."
No, I think it was love's a really complicated
I
bitch.
thought it was life.
I wrote down love.
I wrote down life.
Listeners, I think it's love. Because she's talking
Listeners.
about Eddie and her monster.
Yeah, it could be love. But life would be an easier one to say.
All right.
But whatever you want.
Just call something a really complicated bitch.
Yeah, life or love's a really complicated bitch.
Okay, we'll do.
That could be one.
Okay.
Can I just say yeah?
Let me hear you say yeah.
Let's see. Should I make you say, my buddy's having a seance?
My buddy's having how's that going to come up in conversation?
I don't know, but I thought it was a great line. Be like, I'm in.
Can I say I'm not hearing that?
I was going to give that to you because it would be too easy, but I'll give it to you.
Yeah, give it to me. I gave you
Thanksgiving.
a ton of easy ones.
It's Thanksgiving, Mary. We
We
really
don't
need
even
to make it easier.
We don't even remember what they are.
It's true, listeners. We're so bad at this. I don't know why we continue.
That's fun.
It is fun. It's fun to see if we ever do them.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing that. Life's or love's a really complicated bitch.
Should
And my
should
buddy's
you
having
do?
a seance.
You want me to score you a bottle of wine? I feel like I can do that tomorrow.
Actually, yeah, there you go. Put a little M
Giving
next to that.
myself
Mary,
dares.
yeah, I know. I don't know if I like this. You should actually call someone a puke.
Oh God, that's gonna be hard.
What a puke?
What a puke. That'll be if I get in a fight with someone.
You're a puke.
Such a puke.
Yeah.
All right, listeners. Well, we hope that no one's a puke to you tomorrow on Thanksgiving. We hope you score lots of bottles of wine. Let me hear you say yeah.
And we hope your buddy has a seance.
We hope your buddy has a seance afterwards and that no one cuts off the power or the phone lines
And
because
we hope a spirit goddess is there.
it's not cool. Yeah, we hope that you're like a total spirit goddess.
And be careful because it's the 90s.
And you never know if there's a serial killer who's asking you for directions. So don't give any strangers directions tomorrow especially if they're trying to get to Providence.
Yeah, avoid Providence at all costs.
Totally.
Borrow from your family, don't steal. And let me hear you say yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bye, listeners. Happy
Bye.
Thanksgiving.
Love you.
Bye.